Ladies and gentlemen, besides my messed up hair because I just woke up, there's one other messy thing right here, and that's the thing right in front of me. NFL teams. Today I'll be doing a tier list of all 32 NFL teams. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Colts, Texans, Titans, Jaguars, Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Jets, New England, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers, Falcons, Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers, Rams, 49ers, Cardinals, Seahawks, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and the Commanders. I'm ranking them based on how I think they're going to do in the 2025 to 2026 season. And here are the tiers. I'll be able to read that. It says Super Bowl teams, a playoff team, barely missed the playoffs, or completely horrible. Did y'all catch that? Okay. So we're going to start off this video by saying that this is probably going to be like a 30-minute video. I'm going in depth on every single team, all right? Start off with the Ravens. They were, I think, either 12 or 5. Yeah, 12 and 5. They, who did they face in the... Who did they face? Hold on. I don't know. But they faced someone and in the wild card round. Ravens. Because the Ravens face the Steelers and beat the crap out of them. And then they faced the Bills, who beat the Broncos 31-7 in the divisional round, which, by the way, is basically the quarterfinals. And the Bills beat them by 2 points, 27-25, because Mark Andrews, one of their tight ends, dropped the ball. They got the person they drafted was Malaki Starks, Georgia safety at number 27 in the draft. I think because they did this, they will definitely be able to play. They will definitely be able to play defense while they're far away from the line of scrimmage. Because last year, I think their defensive line is amazing, but their cornerbacks were horrible, and safeties barely existed. They definitely needed a safety. I will say, because of them drafting Malaki Starks, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. I didn't watch the draft the full way. But I bet they are going to go either 11-6 or 12-5. I don't know, but I'll put the Ravens in playoff team. Next up is the Bengals. The Bengals missed the playoffs, but they beat the Steelers in a their game. There's the only word I can really describe it with. Joe Burrow is very talented. Let me start off by saying that. Jamar Chase is very talented. The rest of the team, throw away in the trash bin. I'm not sure who they drafted, but I know it will probably not help. However, I will say, due to what they've been doing, like, in the off season, which, by the way, I know, like, barely anything of, I think they'll be either barely missed or a playoff team. Oh, God, we're already getting into a rough start. I'm going to say barely missed. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can't save a 22-player team on the field. The Cleveland Browns, they were completely horrible last year. They were going to get the second overall pick in the first round of the draft, but they switched with Jaguars. By the way, if you have a closer pick in the draft, that means you were a horrible team last year and you desperately need a good player. The Cleveland Browns again this year, I will say horrible. Completely horrible. The Steelers, this team is not going to go anywhere based on what we've seen so far. And I don't know, man. The Steelers are just not that good of a team. I'd say I'd put them in playoff team, however, because even though they are a team that necessarily isn't going to play good, the team will play good, but the defense overall will play spectacular. It's the offense that will put them back. All right, now we're getting into the AFC South. Starting off with the Colts. The Colts are going into barely missed, because the Colts are just genuinely... Wait a minute. How do I know the Steelers? No, because, like, the Steelers are probably, no matter what, going to make the playoffs. Every year they do, but they, like, suck in the playoffs. Jesus, that glare of the sun is killing me. I'm going to say... yeah, the Steelers will be a playoff team. Next up is the Colts. The Colts is going and barely miss because, as we have seen so far, this team is going to be like 1-4 to start the year, then get off to like a 6-4, and then they lose 3 games in a row, 6-7. Then they lose another game, 6-8. Then they win 2 games, 8-8, and then lose a game, 8-9. And I think 8-9 is probably where they're going to stand by the end of this year. So, yeah, give me the Colts to win this. Next up, we have the Texans. C.J. Stroud. Rest of the team, throw away. Well, actually, no, they have some good parts. I'm going to say the Texans are going in. I'm sorry, but barely miss. I know, don't yell at me, please. I'm a generous and kind man, but I just don't see them as a playoff team this year. I don't know what they've done in the offseason. Their draft pick was That's my emotion to it. But, like, I don't see it being a playoff team at all. Because the Texans are the type of team.
Who did the Bills draft?
A Kentucky running back, I think.
Well, they don't need a running back.
Well,
they can get a running back from anywhere.
No, cornerback.
Cornerback. Okay, so they got.
Wait. Bills. Maxwell Harrison. Hairston.
No, okay. They needed a cornerback. They do need back end help. Okay. Well,
he's a quarterback.
A quarter.
Wait.
Yeah, he's a corner. He's a cornerback. Yeah, that's defensive. Man-to-man cover. I'm gonna be leaving. I'll see you next time you come.
Okay.
Okay. You study hard. Is that a ball out there in the backyard? Yeah. You get on, check the backyard, make sure y'all get everything up.
Okay, that's probably Brody's. Oh, it says to be exact, Harrison was the team captain at Kentucky. And it says this quarterback. It means cornerback, I think. All right. The Texans are the type of team to surprise us all. And then after like a loss to like a horrible team, they're going to go down. They're going to go downhill. 9-8 Texans miss the playoffs. Next up is the Titans. They have Cam Ward now, the Miami quarterback. Completely horrible. Cam Ward is not going to save this team no matter what he does. He may be Rookie of the Year. I don't care. I don't. At all. At all. So, yeah. Like, a Rookie of the Year is not going to help the Titans. You know what they've done over the past 2 years? Nothing! They have done legit nothing. This team would probably go below horrible poverty. They get the first round draft next year as well. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars. This team is also probably going to be doo-doo even though they have Travis Hunter. But I'll say they barely missed. Because I have a feeling this team will pull off some great wins, especially when it's his division. When their division this year will probably still be the worst division. And the NFC South. How come the South teams are always the worst division-wise? But the NFC South is now the second worst division. They had some great moments in that division. Next up is the AFC West, starting with the Broncos. They lost to us 31-7, and it's my best friend's favorite team, so I don't care. I don't care what he thinks. This team is going in barely no playoff team. I think they're going to go 10-7, to be honest with you. But I think the game, they're 9-7. If they win this game, they're going to the playoffs. And it's rigged. Like a rigged game. And then they get absolutely obliterated like they do every year. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate to say it, but it's probably a Super Bowl team. This team has just been dominant over the past, wait, hold up. 5 years? It's ruining my life. But at this year, Super Bowl 60. No, but the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl last year. They're like, la 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 la, talking about 3-piece. We're gonna be the first team. Yeah. Do I need to pull up the score? By the way, I'm sorry. Oh, ew! When I raise my eyebrow, what is that? Ew! I'm just now seeing it. Yeah, the Chiefs are gonna be a Super Bowl team, no matter what. And I'm kind of sad. Next up is the Chargers. They're going in completely dog crap. Psych! They're going in barely missed. I think this team will pull off some great games. Maybe like they have a shootout against the Bears. I don't make this schedule. Like, let's just say that. And it's like 34 to 33. Amazing game. Yeah, but I think they don't have what it takes. Next up is Raiders with Ashton Genty. Let me just say they desperately needed a running back. But when I thought about it, I don't think Ashton Genty can save this team. This team is also just completely horrible in itself. Ashton Genty would probably be like be the high scorer no matter what in the Raiders team. But I don't see it. This team is not going to go to the playoffs. I don't think they're barely going to miss because that's just spectacular for the Raiders. So I'm going to have to put them in completely horrible.
Can you pause that?
Sure. I am back. Next team is the AFC East, not team, division, and the Bills. Wow! I know we're not going to be a Super Bowl team this year. They're going to be a playoff team. They're not going to be a Super Bowl team. They never will be. This team is amazing every single year in the regular season, but they lose to the freaking Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, jump off the building. Next up is the Miami Dolphins. Completely horrible. Need I say more? The Jets, completely horrible. Can I say more? The Patriots, completely horrible. Should I say? Okay, next up is the NFC North. Ew. All right. Well, we have the Vikings to start off. I think they'll be a playoff team this year. They definitely have great aspects of their team, but I do think they'll get out in the wild card like they were last year in the 2022 season, because we don't talk about the 2023 season. That was just a complete embarrassment to everybody in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, and whatever this is called. Oh my God! Okay, next up is the Detroit Lions. This team will be in the playoffs, no matter who they draft. I think they'll be in the playoffs because it's the Lions. They were doo-doo in 2021 every other year. Fun to watch and great. Next up is the Chicago Bears. I'll put them in barely miss. I think they'll be a lot better this season than they were last season, but not by much. All right. Next up is the Green Bay Packers. Give me them as a playoff team. Yeah. Actually, I think this team has has the aspects strong enough to become a great, powerful team. I think this is the year where they lead the standings in the NFC North. Call me crazy, because I am crazy. That will probably not be true, but I just have a little feeling. Yeah. All right. Next up is the Atlanta Falcons. They are going to go in completely horrible. So sad, don't care. This team is the definition definition as bubble wrap. Once you pop them, you throw them away. Just like whenever Falcons have a great chance, throw it away. They have no chance. The Falcons doo-doo. Every team in the NFC South, every single team in the NFL, by default, is doo-doo. Alright, next up we have the Tampa Bay Bucks. If you think I'm going to be nice to this team at all, you are insane. No joke. Alright. The Bucks. What do I know about them? Okay. This team is going to barely miss without a doubt. Because I just think there is a chance that this team is probably not going to do anything this year. But there's also a greater chance in me that's going to say that they are going to possibly beat the freaking Chiefs in a matchup if that ever happens. I feel like this team will be great, but their version of great is not enough, and they'll miss the playoffs. Here's the New Orleans Saints, completely horrible, just like everything in New Orleans, actually. Louisiana is such a boring state. Yeah. I like the people that came from there. But you have such a boring football team. Bro, like, name one good game they had. Oh my God! They had the Saints versus the Cowboys. That was a blowout. That wasn't fun. That wasn't nail-biting. That wasn't anything. That was just garbage. Completely garbage from the Cowboys. Absolutely not. That is not a good game. Well, they faced the Panthers. It was another blowout, and it's the Panthers. Saints, completely horrible. Panthers! They had a rebuild. They are officially not the worst team in the NFC South anymore. Looking at you, Saints. So, Panthers. We're going in barely missed. I know. But the team, they're 9-7, right?
Hi. Can you pause it again? Sorry.
Yeah, they're not. I'd say the Panthers will be 9-7. They face the Buccaneers in the final game. Buccaneers beat them straight up, 30-12, and that's what ends their season. Then they're facing the Rams. I'd put them in playoff team. I think this team will be good this year. A divisional round team probably, and then lose to a team such as the Green Bay Packers. And then the Green Bay Packers will lose in the championship. Actually, I'm not sure because I don't think the Green Bay Packers will go that far. All right, next up is the NFC West. First off, the Rams started that. But second off, the 49ers, have Christian McCaffrey back this year, I think. And I think because of that, they'll be healthy and a playoff team. Yeah. And they're going to be like 12-5. I think they're going to be a great team this year. Arizona. You know what? I'm laughing because I'm going to put them in completely horrible. God. All right. Next up is what the crap? Is there a deer? All right. Next. Is that a woodpecker? What the crap is that? All right. Next up is the Seattle Seahawks, because I don't have to explain anything. The Arizona Cardinals are complete. All right. The Seahawks, I'm putting them in barely missed. I think there's some aspects of them that could be looked upon with a giant freaking frown on your face. But then the other parts, they are going to beat the 49ers in both times they face each other. Psych. I think it'll be tied 1-1 in their series. Next up, oh my God. All right. Next up is the Philadelphia Eagles. And let me just say, they're going to have to be the Super Bowl team. I know no one wants to see the same Super Bowl 2 times in a row, but it's the Eagles. It's the Chiefs. I'm sorry. The Eagles have Saquon Barkley. They also drafted someone, I don't know who, because they had the last pick, because they had the Super Bowl team, and Nick, whatever his name is super good at his job. Like if they didn't have the worst collapse the year before. My apologies. Next up is the, if I hear that woodpecking sound again, I'm going to crash out. Shut up! All right. Next up. Shut up! All right. Next up is the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just going to put it in barely missed. Psych. Completely horrible. This team is completely horrible no matter what it does. Yeah. All right. Next up is the Washington. I'm sorry. I'm like doing it a lot quicker because I see it. We're getting close to the end. Next up is the New York Giants. The New York Giants are going to completely horrible. The final completely horrible team of today. Because I don't think they have what it takes to be useful. And finally, the last team, the Washington Commanders, are going to be a playoff team. If it does that woodpecking sound one last time, I swear.
No, it's just a woodpecker.
How do you know it's just a woodpecker? All right, this is the official list